So the Sweats Collective recently reopened their exclusive Discord server for 24 hours. And so I jumped on the opportunity and I joined. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the insides of this Discord server machine that increases their sales. But who am I to be speaking about community building anyway? Well, since the beginning of 2024, I've spent every waking moment building a few communities of my own, one of which now has nearly 700 members from 69 different countries around the world. And with this clothing brand Discord server that I'm in, I'm going to be breaking down three main things. First of all, their member growth strategy. Then, how they engage those members to create an awesome community. And third, how they monetize that community with clothing drops. Starting with their member growth strategy, once every 3 months, they post something like this. And it's an advertisement for the Discord community that they open for 24 hours. So outside of that single day window, no one can join. And this means that they're doing it almost like a clothing drop where there is scarcity, there's limited spaces. And if you don't get in that 24-hour window, well, you just have to wait another 3 months. Here's what they say: 24-hour Discord opening access being posted to our story. This is your only chance to join the community and get early access to every release and so much more. We'll be locking our server for another 4 months when 24 hours is up. Okay, well, there you go. 4 months, not even 3. I think where most brands are going to go wrong with this is that people with no following are going to do a same strategy for reasons of scarcity. And they're trying to build hype around it. But the problem is the formula for desirability is scarcity and popularity. And if you're missing the popularity aspect, scarcity by itself is not going to work. It's like me saying there's only one of these pencils. Do you want to buy it? You're going to say no because it's not popular. It's like no one really cares about my pencil and the fact that I've used it. But if you had a line down the street of 1,000 people and this was the only one that I was selling, heck, maybe then you might want to. So unless a brand has the numbers with followers and the desirability, then I wouldn't be using this scarcity tactic, because what will happen is you just won't get anyone who joins. Check out what they put on the offer here: early access to every drop, leaks and unreleased, live discussions with the team, daily fits behind the scenes and exclusive releases, and much more. We're going to be looking at all of these things that they actually put in the Discord server and how that looks in a moment. But I just want to make a point about how they craft this offer. What I've done with clothing brands in the past that we've built communities for is we've just gone to the audience on Instagram and put out one of those Instagram questionnaires and asked them, if we were to create a community, a space where you can connect with other like-minded people, what kind of things would you like to see in it? Asking that simple question means that your audience does the work for you. You don't have to do guesswork in deciding, hey, what are they going to like in this space, or how do we angle this offer in a way that they think it's going to be valuable. Just ask them. And then when you put out your marketing stuff, they're going to go, yes, this is exactly what I wanted in a community. And once you have a community with members in it, now you have to engage them. So let's look at what the Sweats Collective are doing here. This is an overview of the community, all the categories, and I'm going to be showing you some key ones and some key ideas and techniques that they're using to create this engagement between the people, because it doesn't happen automatically. And the first one is this daily fits category. And so it's what it says, what it suggests in the name. It's just people posting their fits with mostly with the Sweats Collective merch. And it gives an opportunity for people to, of course, they're into fashion, so they come and talk about fashion. And I think the coolest part of a chat category like this is that the Sweats Collective is going to get an insane amount of user-generated content, or UGC. Like, all of this stuff could be used in a community post once a week. Of course, you have to assess the quality. Not all of it is going to be there, but just by the sheer volume, some of its stuff is gonna be viable. So this is a bit of an obvious one, but this next chat category isn't so obvious. And they're calling it health and fitness. And it's a space where the members can come and share their gains, their goals, their mirror pics from their runs or from their gym sessions. I love it because it's what makes a community like this unique. And it gives a space for daily interaction beyond fashion. Because the truth is, your brand isn't just about selling a product. If you're trying to build a community, you need some kind of glue, some kind of concept, some reason that we're coming together and that we're called like-minded people. And I think the Sweats Collective have identified that glue blue is the fact that all of their most loyal customers are really into health and fitness. So creating a space where we're talking about something beyond fashion makes this a true community and not just something that's about products. That's crazy. See, they're just having fun here, and that's what I love about this. And this is why it's super important to have a deep understanding of your customers and their interests beyond fashion. It's like, what's the lifestyle that you're selling? Why are people coming to be a part of your community? What do they do in their day-to-day life? What activities do they do? Make that a part of your community like the Sweats Collective are. All right, this next engagement technique is getting pretty advanced now, and this is where it gets serious. They're not just giving you general chat categories and leaving you to it. They're gamifying the experience. In other words, they're turning it into a game that you can play and you can level up and rank up on. Check this out. They've got a whole category here that's just dedicated to a bot. It's a Me6 bot on Discord that's sharing people's ranks as they engage and level up. So you can send messages, gain a certain amount of experience, and then you get a different rank on the server. And it just makes it so fun, this friendly inter-community competition, and it empowers you and encourages you to be someone that engages, because now there's incentive to do it. And this is super important to incentivize engagement in some way, because no one likes a dead group chat, and if there's prizes or rewards or even just clout or respect attached to my effort that I'm putting into this, I'm going to want to create a space that's active and engaged. I want to see what rank I am. I think you can just go !rank. You aren't ranked yet. Send some messages first, then try again. Clearly, I'm not incentivized enough to engage. And remember, in a moment, we're going to look at how the Sweats Collective use this Discord server to monetize their clothing drops and increase their conversion rate. But before that, I have one more engagement tactic to share with you, and I think you're really going to love this one. In this chat category role selection, you can, upon joining, choose which country you are from, and it will add it to your tags. So for example, this is Taro here, and if we click into his name, we can see he's added the tag United States of America. Now, you're probably like, what's the point of this? But here's the thing. The strength of a community is measured by the number of independent interactions within the space. And so this is just another thread that someone can make a connection upon. So if I see someone who's from the same country as me, I'm more likely to make friends with them and continue the conversation, because location-based interactions is a real thing. And this also gives the admins of the server to mention particular locations or countries when they send messages, where they go at Australia or at United States. And it means they could do meetups, and this virtual community becomes a platform or a launching pad for in-person events. So many cool techniques here. Let's move on to how they incorporate their clothing drops into this exclusive community. They've got this category called New Designs and Unreleased, and it's a space for the brand owners to come and share their work in progress, different mock-ups, or just photos of the samples that they've got going in before they hit Instagram. And this is not only a great offer to grow the members in the community, because they get to see the stuff before it hits Instagram. It's also benefiting the brand owners to do this, because they get to test products before they release. Well, what do I mean? Have a look. Jake Wilson is sharing some of the new designs in their upcoming drop, and this gives an opportunity for back and forth discussion about what the audience would like changed and what they like about it, what they want to see more of, what they don't want to see more of. And it's not a private chat just for the admins to share photos, but look, there's actual discussion between the members here. And if I scroll up, I see the brand owner Jake here actually talking to people about the drops that are coming up and getting their feedback. This literally takes out all of the guesswork from a brand owner about, okay, what do we release next? Or will they like this? Or will they like that? If you have a New Designs and Unreleased chat category, you can just ask them and then they'll tell you. Plus, it actually increases the strength of your community, because you give them decision-making ability. If you allow them to contribute to something, they feel like it's theirs in part, and that's exactly what you want if you're creating a community brand. At least that's not even the best part, because if they contribute to something, they're also going to be more compelled to buy it too, because like it has a part of them in it, and so they're going to put their money down because they feel almost obliged to. in a good way, of course. So this feature alone has probably got to be the most alluring feature about building a virtual community. But that's not all, because they also have a category called announcements and early access. This is an admin only chat where they do early release of the password to the website. And this is just an obvious one. It's another technique that you can use as an offer in your marketing to grow the member count. And it's like SMS or email marketing, but on steroids, because instead of just sending it to someone's inbox where they receive it and they can't see any of the hype around it, they just receive a solo email. You can actually engage with these emojis here, or you can engage in the general chat when they release the password for the website. Like, I want you to imagine where your brand is doing a drop and you say, hey guys, we're doing the pre-release now. Here's the password. And you've got the chat just blowing up. I'm getting this. What are you getting? I'm getting this. Are you getting something? Of course I am. You're going to have all these fence sitters that all of a sudden they're actually becoming buyers because they're a part of the community and they don't want to miss out. It's just totally different than an email saying, hey, last time we sold out in 30 minutes. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Few notes I want to make on this. Notice that for every drop, they're only doing one announcement. Okay, so they're not overdoing it. And if you do overdo it, what will happen is that people will stop checking the announcements category, or they'll totally mute the chat and it'll lose all its purpose. So don't overdo it. Keep it to one per drop, and I think that's a really good sweet spot so that people do actually check it. And sometimes a sales problem for clothing brands could be as simple as friction in the buying process. For example, not putting size charts on your website, or people just not knowing what size to get could be enough of a reason not to buy it. So that's why the Sweats Collective have added this sizing help category where you can ask which size you should buy according to your weight and your height. This guy's saying, I'm 6'2" and 92 kilograms. What size for long sleeve? And he got help straight away. Extra large. Bro, like, it is so simple, and it just removes the friction from the buying process. It means that naturally more people are going to be more likely to buy the stuff. It's usually the practical stuff that makes a lot of the difference. Well, if you found this video helpful and you want to build a clothing brand community of your own, then the video on screen now is going to help you greatly. I'm going to show you exactly how to launch and engage your community. So click it now and I will see you over there. Thanks very much for watching.